So we made it, guys. We made it to 2021, and we're still talking about Mortal Kombat 11. Just think back to the Mortal Kombat X and the Injustice 2 days, and put yourself in those years around kind of this time. We weren't talking about those games the way we're talking about Mortal Kombat 11 right now. Usually we would be talking about, okay, this is the end, what's gonna be next? Or would we be on the verge of the next game announcement? Right now, we're still talking about Combat Pack 3, new stages, maybe a new story mode, whatever it is, what's gonna come to Mortal Kombat 11, what's gonna come to our current game this year. And that's exactly what we're gonna be talking about in this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a big thumbs up, and also make sure to subscribe so you never miss any Mortal Kombat videos from me. First things first, let's establish that yes, it is most likely the case that we will be getting more content for Mortal Kombat 11 this 2021. There are multiple indicators pointing into that direction, and I'm going to be listing off a couple of those things. First is that there is going to be a new tournament season for Mortal Kombat 11, and usually when there's a new tournament season or a tournament season is currently in play, that means the game is probably going to still be supported. No matter what way, it's still going to be supported. That doesn't mean we're going to get more DLC characters per se, but the premise, again, is that the game will still be supported. The second indicator that we can point to is that NetherRealm really isn't treating Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate like the last thing ever for Mortal Kombat 11. Yes, the title Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate does sound like a complete and final edition for the game, but remember, this was a launch or upgrade launch game for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S. So of course you have to present your title as a complete game for those consoles. And what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that Mortal Kombat 11 is nothing more than just a next-gen title for the next-gen systems. And lastly, the biggest indicator is that there are still content pieces in the game found in the PC files that are not currently available in the game. Basically, what I'm saying is there are things in the PC files that are not yet in the game. So what are those things? Well, let's talk about it. The community has been talking about Sector and Cyrax being playable characters in Mortal Kombat 11 since the launch of the game, and this is all due to the fact that we have found multiple files in the PC version of the game that indicate that might be the case. As of right now, both Sector and Cyrax have DLC interaction files with some of the characters in the game. Of course, major thanks to the Thinny's findings, we're able to know this information. This doesn't necessarily mean intro dialogues, but keep in mind that every single character in the game has interaction files with each other, so the fact that Sector and Cyrax have them is something worth noting. But another big thing that both Sector and Cyrax have in common in the PC files is that both of them have character select icon files in the game. Now, this is a pretty big indicator that they will be playable characters in Mortal Kombat 11. You don't have a character select icon file and just are not playable. That just does not happen, especially considering the fact that every single playable character in the game also has a character select icon because, of course, they are on the character select screen. Remember, this doesn't confirm the characters. It is not officially confirmed, but it is a pretty good sign for Sector and Cyrax to be playable characters. Lastly, specifically in Sector's case, he has a character tower ending file in the PC files of Mortal Kombat 11, just like every other character has a character ending file in the game. Cyrax currently does not have one, but that does not mean that he is not going to be playable. It just means that Sector is more complete of a character right now in development than Cyrax is. So based on everything that we know right now, it is very likely that Sector and Cyrax will become playable characters eventually in Mortal Kombat 11, whether that's in the form of free DLC, whether that's in a form of a Combat Pack 3 or not. Bottom line is that it's very likely everybody is going to be able to play as these characters. Now, in addition to Sector and Cyrax becoming playable characters, Kronika may be joining that boat as well, because Kronika also has a character tower ending file like Sector and the rest of the roster in the files. Kronika also has a character select icon, much like every other character that's on the roster right now in the files as well. So it's looking like Kronika may also be a playable character in Mortal Kombat 11, whether that's in a form of a free DLC or in a Combat Pack 3. What is fact is that Kronika has a character ending and she has a character select icon in the files of Mortal Kombat 11. And to put some more fire on the Kronika being playable speculation, there was an audio file extracted from the files a long time ago from Raiden's announcer voice, where he says Kronika's name as if she is a playable character. Take a listen.
Kronika.
So, we've established that Sector, Cyrax, and Kronika are very likely to be playable characters based on everything we know. There is one more character that is already on the roster that may be appearing on the roster a second time, and that character is Liu Kang, and will be reappearing on the roster in the form of Fire God Liu Kang. The two things that Fire God Liu Kang has going for him as a playable character is that, one, he has a character select icon separate from Liu Kang in the files. The second one is like the Raiden announcer, where we found out that Raiden says Kronika's name as if she's a playable character. He also says Fire God Liu Kang as if Fire God Liu Kang is his own playable character. And remember, this is nowhere to be heard in the current state of the game. Take a listen.
Fire God Liu Kang.
So, Sector, Cyrax, Kronika, and Fire God Liu Kang are possibly coming our way to be playable characters in Mortal Kombat 11. But how much more are we going to get? A lot of people have been speculating that we will get 5 more DLC characters for Mortal Kombat 11 to make a perfect square on the roster. However, some people may be forgetting that the Thinny has also found that the alignment in the files could possibly make room for more than 5 characters. Not confirmed, again, this isn't confirmed or anything, but it's possible that we can get more than 5 characters. And what we thought to be making a perfect square is actually making a circle on the roster. With this does give characters like Reptile, Ermac, and Smoke a higher chance to be on the Mortal Kombat 11 roster, because think about it, guys. 1, you have plenty of slots to make room for those characters, and 2, Mileena is in Mortal Kombat 11. Mileena was a character that we just got in Mortal Kombat X, which was the last Mortal Kombat game, so what's to say that Reptile, Ermac, and Smoke can't be in Mortal Kombat 11? You might as well put them in, and you might as well finish the trilogy cast like MK11 is looking like it's trying to do. So Ermac, Reptile, and Smoke fans, keep your heads up, because I do think there is a good chance for them to come back in Mortal Kombat 11, even though admittedly at first I did not think that was possible. Whether these characters come in a form of a Combat Pack 3 or a free character update, or some characters are in a free update and some characters are paid for, it doesn't really matter, because bottom line is that it's very, very likely we will be getting more characters in Mortal Kombat 11. So what more can we expect? Well, we also know from the PC files that the crypt has a living forest section So a lot of people have been led to believe that there will be another Crypt expansion coming to Mortal Kombat 11. In addition to that, there is another PC file in the game that suggests that maybe there's going to be a Crypt multiplayer mode as part of the Crypt expansion or something, or there's going to be new features added on to the Crypt that sort of sound like an interactive Crypt mode or something like that. This has really never been clear to a lot of people, so a lot of people just assume that some sort of Crypt expansion is coming to the game. And that's about it in the category of most likely things to come for Mortal Kombat 11. I don't want to talk about these 4chan leaks or these Reddit leaks because as far as I know, everything that I've seen is 100% fake. Most of these leaks are just parroting off of other leaks that did have some sort of credibility just so they can seem real, but in reality it's not. So I'm just here to tell you guys, any leak that you've seen, any YouTube video that covers a leak, it's probably 100% fake. 99% sure of that. So what do you guys think? What do you think is going to come to the game in 2021? Do you guys have any hopes and expectations? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you drop a big thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe for all things Mortal Kombat. I will see you guys in the next video.